Hello students, in today's lecture we will be learning a new concept of corporate social responsibility, that is CSR. Now this is a modern concept uh, and a new concern of business community. In earlier period, what used to happen that the business was only having an economic responsibility. The basic purpose of business according to traditional view was to earn profit and maximize the wealth. Also, corporation was only said to be responsible and accountable only to its shareholders. So the prime importance and prime responsibility of corporation was to maximize the value of shareholders investment. And if the company is paying good amount of dividend and maximizing the wealth of its shareholders, then it was considered that it has fulfilled its responsibility. But over the period of time, this narrow perspective has undergone a drastic change, and the idea of CSR or corporate social responsibility has come up and is getting a worldwide acceptance and popularity among all the business and societies. Because now the concept is that modern business organization is supposed to be a social entity, and every decision which is taken by business organization does affect the economic and the social and cultural factors. And it is also the thinking behind CSR is that the business is run only because it is surviving in the society. Only because of society the business is successfully undertaken in the economy, because whatever inputs you take for running your business, you take it from the society. For example, your raw material, you get it from the society. Your human resource, all your employees come from the society. All inputs which are required for running a business successfully come from the society. That means everything, all inputs, you get it from the society as a large. Okay, so and then you transform your process, you can convert your input into output, and again you or you put your products and services for selling purpose again in the market, that is again in the society. So you are getting everything from the society and you are giving back to the society also, and in the form of output. So unless and until your customers give demand for your product, your sales won't increase and your profit won't increase. Only so in short, your survival of your business depends upon the society. Okay, then the considering the society at the center of the organization is important, or is supposed to take all the decisions of the business. That means whenever the business takes the decision, it has to consider it has to has have some concern about the society whenever you are making the decisions. Then CSR means the organization exists only due to the support of society, and there hence it owes something to the society in return. If you are taking so many things from the society, then it is your moral duty to return it to the society in the same way. So some social obligations you do have as an organization. This kind of thought every organization must have it in its mind. Next is organization survives upon the inputs like raw material, money, machinery, human resource. Just now I told you that all inputs which are required for successful running of business are taken from the society, which it makes from the society, transform them into output and sell it into the market. So you are taking everything from the society and you are again dependent upon the society to sell your product or service. So you can say that your soul and whole and existence depends upon the society itself. Now we are going to see two types of definition. The first one is given by Robert Critter, who defines CSR as is the idea that business has social obligation above and beyond making profit. As now I said that earlier, the business had only the primary objective to earn maximum profit and to protect the interest of shareholders, but you have to come beyond all this. Now the idea of business is that it has social obligations. Of course, profit making is always an objective of any kind of business, no doubt in that. But along with that, it has some social obligation. Now, which has explained it. Second one is given by Stoner is Stoner, Freeman, and Gilbert defines CSR as what an organization does to influence the society in which it exists, such as through volunteer assistant programs. So anything, there is anything which you do, which you can do for the society. It's not only one or two things which are very well defined. Anything for the benefit of the society, whatever you can, as per your thinking, as per your financial ability, you can do something good for the society. That is social obligation. Okay, but only the here important part is that every business organization has to keep into mind that your existence is due to the society, and therefore you owe something back to the society. In that form, you have to do something good for the society. That is CSR. Okay, now we are going to see areas of CSR. That means what is the social responsibility of organization towards claimants, or towards various aspects, towards various factors. Okay, so the first part is that CSR towards shareholders. That means what kind of responsibility you are going to have against towards your shareholders. Okay, then who are the shareholders? Of course, they are the real owners. And why people invest in your business? Because they want good return from their money, isn't it? So these are the shareholders who are providing you with the capital by investing in your business. So they are the real owners. They are expecting good return from investment, a regular amount of dividend they are expecting, which should increase day by day, and of course a security of their investment. These are the expectations of any shareholder. Okay, so these things have to be undertaken by the organization. It is your obligation as a management to see to it that you protect the investment of your shareholders, and whatever trust and faith that these shareholders do have in you as a business organization, you have to keep their trust ongoing. And then whatever decisions are taken, maybe minor or major decisions, they should be communicated to the shareholders. You have to, as a business organization or as a management, you have to protect their rights. You have to see to it that whatever resources are used in the organization, they may be financial resources, human resources, these resources are to be used at their maximum without any wastage, because these are the resources which you take it from the society, and of course you buy them with the help of money provided by the shareholders. So it is your moral duty to see to it that resources are utilized at their optimum. Then increase the profits of the business. Of course, it is an expectation from the shareholders that you as a management should run the business very successfully, and see to it that day by day the profit percentage of business organization increases, and you should work very efficiently. Okay, so efficiency of your work should be increased day by day, and you have to see to it that shareholders rights are protected. You are providing security towards their investment. You are providing your profits are increasing. You are giving them regular amount of dividend. You are communicating all sorts of decisions taken in the organization to the shareholders. These are the things, or these are the responsibilities of organization towards the shareholders. Then we are going to see what is the social responsibility towards the customers. Okay, now customer, as you have learned it so many times, especially in marketing, that customer is the king in the market. Today's market is customer oriented and centered. Whatever the organization is doing, all sorts of things, or the way the business is being managed, it is just to satisfy the customer, and therefore the organization is striving hard to have a good standing in the market to satisfy the customer. We saw the concept of CSR, so CRM, isn't it? So business organization is trying to maintain and develop good relations with existing customers also, and prospective customers also. You want to attract new customers, isn't it? So and definitely today's market, it's customer centered and oriented. Customer is the king in the market. He decides the things. If he doesn't like the product, he is not going to purchase your product. He'll go switch on to the product of your competitors, right? So you never know what is going to happen in the market. Just the thing is that you have to keep on satisfying your customer, and business is totally run for purpose of satisfying the customer. So to make a customer is the objective of new business organizations, rather than making profit, which was the earlier objective of earlier days. It used to happen. Then profit and loss of any organization depends upon the response of customer for its product, right? So if from these points we can see that your whole and soul existence is depends upon how the customer responds to your product, and therefore what you should give in return to the customer. Of course you have to satisfy the customer, but that satisfaction depends upon what kind of product you are providing the customer. So definitely it is the responsibility of the business organization to provide qualitative product, and that too at reasonable price. You should not you should not charge higher price and exploit the customer, right? So reasonable price is very important. Then organization should maintain the quality of the product and service, make its product always available in the market. There should not be any shortage of your product in the market, and the quality of your product should be consistently maintained. Rather, I would say it should be enhanced day by day. The quality should be increased but not decreased. Okay, so then there should not be any, no black marketing and no misleading advertisement. No exaggeration should be shown in the advertisement. Whenever the customer purchase your product, he should not feel that he's been deceived by the organization. That way the customer advertisement should be done. And the distribution cost should be reduced. You can say you should keep into mind that if you want to keep the price of the product very reasonable, then you have to cut down your other costs, right? From your production to your distribution cost, you should see to it that these costs are reduced, so that it would be affordable for the organization to keep your price of your product reasonable. And last one is to priority should be given to customer choice, right? So what my customer likes and what it doesn't like has to be always kept into mind. And for that you are having CRM. You can conduct various surveys through which you can collect the information about the likes, dislikes, preferences of your customers. So in this way you can carry out your social responsibility towards your customer. Now we are going to see what is your CSR or a social responsibility towards your employees. So employees are termed as your internal customers. Okay. So success of any organization depends upon how efficiently your workforce or your employees are working, and therefore employees being your internal customers, again it is duty of any business organization to satisfy your internal customers as well. And therefore how you are going to satisfy them? You are going to pay them fair remuneration. Now fair remuneration means, fair in which sense the word fair is being used? Fair means the remuneration which is suitable to that employee's qualification and skill and experience. According to this, considering all these three factors, experience, skill and qualification, you have to pay that employee. That is called as fair remuneration, right? Now remuneration includes both monetary as well as non-monetary rewards. So in non-monetary rewards, whatever fringe benefits which you are going to give, that also you have to identify and see to it that your employees are satisfied with your remuneration paid by the organization, because that is the most important motivational factor to work. Okay, so that has to be paid much more attention. Then next point is positive motivation. You should always you have learnt in first year about motivation, positive and negative motivation, financial and non-financial motivation, isn't it? So organization should always go for positive motivation itself. Hardly, in rare cases, negative motivation can be used, but most probably you should be motivating your employees in a very positive manner to get their work done in the best possible way. Then Whatever welfare measures, you should see to it that good working conditions are provided by the organization. Your employees are comfortable in the organization whenever they are working, because almost 8 to 10 hours your workers or your employees are working in the organization, and therefore you must have good welfare measures for them. Then healthy work environment, of course, good hygienic environment has to be created in the organization. All sorts of facilities, right from your drinking water, your canteen facility, sanitary blocks, everything should be hygienic. Environment has to be provided. Everything should be neat, clean and tidy. Where your employee is going to spend 8 to 10 hours of a day, he should have a pleasant environment in the organization. So that is the responsibility of management. Next, participative management. Here it means that you should see to it that all your employees are participated in decision making process, because it's again an important motivational factor. Making your employees participate in decision making process gives them a kind of importance, and it gives them a feeling of joy that my organization is participating me in each and every decision. Therefore it motivates them, it increases their performance, you can say. Then next is participation in decision making process. Again the same thing. You should see to it that your employees are do have voice in management. They are given freedom of expression of their opinion. Then you have to see to it that no injustice is done to any of your employee. All are treated very equally. That we have seen in the principles of management also. Equity is one of the important principles. So you have to see to it that management treats all your employees very equally. And last is chances of personal growth. You have to see to it that employees have uh, chances of personal growth in the organization, their personality development, their training. Then you should send your deputy your employees for training programs, and see to it that personal growth is not hampered in the organization. Okay, so you should create more and more chances where your employees should feel that they have good chances of personal growth in this organization. So these are the social obligations towards employees. Now we are going to see what are the social obligations of organization towards government. Now business organization cannot run its business without permission of government. Unless and until you have license given by government, you can't run your business. So you can say government is a controlling system of any corporate sector business, and business need to consider as rules and regulations of government. So from time to time, whatever rules are framed, whatever laws are passed by government, it is a duty obligation rather of the business to see to it that all laws are strictly followed by the organization. And whatever rules and regulations are framed, they should also be strictly followed by the organization. So these are the things. Then you should see that whatever taxes should be paid to the government on regular basis. Okay, that is another social responsibility towards the government. Then last part is what is your CSR towards organization. So selecting competent people within the organization is one of the CSR, because if you are having good people in the organization, you can run your business successfully. Next is training of subordinates. You have to see to it that mm, your subordinates are getting from time to time proper type of training, because training means imparting skills, and unless and until required skills are imparted among your employees, you can't run your business successfully. Then next is dynamic leadership. Of course, the success of any organization depends upon what kind of a leader you are having. Therefore your leader has to be a very dynamic person, and therefore you should see to it that such dynamic leaders are created in the organization. Then you have to see to it that good organizational healthy environment is created, where your work culture has to be created, where your employees are you are driven to work very hard in the organization, give their best towards the organization. And last one is expansion of opportunity. So it is again organization's obligation to give certain opportunities for expansion of business, and create the expansion plans and development of business. That is a responsibility of organization. So with this we complete the concept of CSR. We saw the responsibilities towards government, shareholders, organization, employees, and customers. With this, we end the lecture today. Thank you.